Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I know they did a Transformers movie, animated Transformers movie called Transformers 1, and the trailer came out recently. I didn't watch it. I couldn't. And then Variety did the article about the new He-Man movie, which is now about a 10-year-old Prince Adam who's on Earth, basically. So they're ruining He-Man. So I thought, well, I may as well take two hits and I'll watch this trailer. Oh God, it was so bad. It was just so much worse than I could have imagined, and I'm just like, oh God. I mean, Transformers started off as a cartoon, and it was great. And when we watched it, we just wanted to see real Transformers, and to believe that they were real, to believe that that car over there could turn into a robot. That's what we wanted. Eventually, in 2007, we got it, and it was glorious. And we didn't care about all the inconsistencies for that first movie, at least. And then they just got progressively worse to the point where they were beyond ridiculous, and basically all animated robots fighting animated robots, and no human interaction, no humans to care about, no characters, just robots fighting robots. And it just, like, I'm like, why bother spending hundreds of millions of dollars to make a live action film if you're just going to let it degrade into just animation? Why don't you just make an animated film and just go totally backwards and just totally revert back to what the original was? Now, the War for Cybertron series looked okay, so I thought, when, maybe this movie won't be that bad. When I heard about Transformers 1, I thought maybe it won't be that bad, maybe it'll be interesting. And I saw it, and it's just so puerile and infantile and stupid, and just, it's the equivalent of Transformers fart humor. It's like they don't know how to transform. Like, oh, where's my head? Like, it's just like, oh Jesus. Obviously they're trying to market it towards kids, but that's from an arrogant adult sort of perspective of thinking kids are stupid, and unless they're making it for 3-year-olds, it's just insulting. Because when I watched Transformers as a kid, it didn't treat me like an idiot, and that's why I can still watch it as an adult and enjoy it, because it wasn't made for little kids. It wasn't made for stupid people. And it's really painful to have grown up with all these great franchises like Star Trek and Transformers and Master Universe and Thundercats, and just to see them all just ruined by these IP pirates who they just buy the basic rights and then just create their own version of the show, or just create a movie using the brand name basically and the brand recognition, because they don't want to pay for the original artist to actually recreate or develop the look or feel or universe that we actually saw and wanted to see on the big screen, because they want to own it all themselves and get all the merchandising rights and have to pay people for using the things that we actually want to see. So it's just this thing. It really started with the Transformers movie, where they just threw everything out the window. And like I said, at first we didn't care. We just wanted to see live robots transforming, and that was enough. But then we started to realise just how bad it was, and then it got even worse. And it's like I said, why even bother? Why don't you just make an animated cartoon? And they didn't. It's like, what's the point? We've just gone back to what we had in the 80s. Like, it's just so bad. It's just so stupid. And they got Chris Hemsworth basically playing, sort of trying to do the same comedic turn he did in Thor, Ragnarok and stuff like that, which was awful. They made Megatron black. I mean, how racist is that? Like, the most evil Decepticon is black, of course, because... And I'm sure they think it's really progressive now that the character he's not Megatron yet, but that's where he's going. So you're basically making the worst villain in the franchise history a black guy, like because of course. So that's just totally the opposite from what I think they thought they were doing. I can't speak. I'm just like, it's just so bad. It's just so bad. I'm just like, God, it's just worse than I could have imagined. I thought, okay, they're doing an animated show, series, a movie, whatever. We're basically going backwards, but it doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It just means, we sort of had this peak of reality and seeing real Transformers in the real world. And I remember seeing people complaining, a few fans actually complaining about, maybe if they got rid of the humans, the films would be good. And I'm like, you're missing the whole point of it being real and being able to believe that they're real. why would you want to go back and just see a cartoon again? And they're the minority, but they're marketing for idiots and children basically, or what they think children are, which is basically idiots. So it's just so hard to watch all these franchises that you grew up and loved with just being ruined, and just it's just so frustrating. It makes you just want to just give up and just never watch another film again and just live in the past like they accuse us of all wanting to do. No, we want new adventures, we want new shows, but we want them to actually be recognisable on some level and be as good and as interesting and as engaging as the original. I shouldn't have watched it. I had a couple of weeks of just pretending it didn't exist, and it's like,